This probably comes as no surprise, but the more income sources you have, the more money you end up making. The average millionaire is a perfect example of this. According to the IRS, they found that 65% of millionaires had at least 3 different streams of income. 45% have 4 different streams of income. And 29% had 5 or more different streams of income.
Although the IRS can be a pain when it comes to taxes, when they break down how and why people start making so much money, it's probably a good idea to listen up and start taking notes. One of the best ways to do this is to look into side hustles that you can start today and it won't cost you anything out of pocket.
We have looked through other side hustle videos and found a ton of crazy, unrealistic ways to make money, like shaking your phone every day for a few months to earn $30 in free Bitcoin. Sounds crazy, but it really is that easy.
Starting a charcuterie board business that makes over $100,000 in 9 months.
Or designing your own NFT whale collection like this 12-year-old boy that made over $400,000 in 2 months.
I'm jealous. Although shaking your phone every day, designing charcuterie boards, or creating whale NFTs may work for some, today we're going to talk about realistic ways to earn significant amount of monies for side hustles that you can start today.
So here are our top side hustles and income sources that you can start working on immediately. The first side hustle is selling what you already have on sites like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist.
Most of us already have something we own that we don't use or it's been sitting in a closet somewhere. Amber and I have actually been doing this every single year for as long as we can remember, and we've typically made from $500 to $5,000 per year depending on what we have laying around the house at the time. So we're kidding about the closet. We hope. But if you have items like these, they're perfect for selling on eBay, Facebook, Craigslist, and these sites make it very easy to make some quick cash.
So all you have to do is take pictures of your item, describe it, and price it competitively. Once your item sells, you then need to pack it in the right size box with adequate packing materials, print the shipping label at home for convenience, and then ship it. For us, we typically schedule a pickup with the appropriate shipping service and set the box outside our front door. So quick and so easy.
So some of the pros for selling these extra items are you get to sell items you already own. It's an easy process and quick to list the items. You can schedule a pickup, which saves a lot of time, and a lot of people that we know don't realize that, so that's a great thing to do to make it easier for you. Also, if you don't sell the item, it's not the worst thing in the world because you just get to keep it, and maybe you could sell it somewhere else or re-gift it. Something like that. Another thing is that you get to clear out clutter and create room for so many different activities.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
Also, 90% of us can start now.
So some cons for this type of side hustle is it's not a stable income. There's limited items you can sell because it's kind of like you pick and choose around your house, or you might find something random that you want to resell. You have to research the list price a lot of times, and then the item might not sell.
Another popular side hustle is social media, and this can be done from different social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and many others. Now, if you want to start a YouTube channel, know that it's not as easy as it looks, and it actually requires a lot of time and effort. We're speaking from first-hand experience on that. So if you want to make as much money as you can as fast as possible, honestly, you might be off doing just about any other job than starting a YouTube channel.
Any YouTuber will tell you that in the beginning, you'll have to spend a ton of time making content for free without getting much in return. If you're really lucky, you might even get some comments telling you how bad your videos are or how much older you look than you actually are.
And this
that actually happened to
us. This may or may not have already happened to us.
What? So stupid. Ralph is the worst.
But if you enjoy making content and you have something unique to share, you can absolutely turn this into a profitable side hustle without spending any money up front. And just so you guys know, to become eligible for monetization, the first step is you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Some YouTubers claim that they got their first 30,000 subscribers filming off their iPhone and editing in free software like iMovie. Although earnings may vary significantly, if you have 1 million subscribers, you can earn up to $60,000 per year. You can also make money through affiliate links, video sponsorships, selling merchandise, online courses, one-on-one coaching, and many more opportunities.
Let's talk about some of the pros. So schedule flexibility, having multiple income streams built into the social media platform that you're using. Also, unlimited earning potential. And you get to learn from other popular channels that are already out there, and you can sort of model it based
reinvent
on
the wheel.
yeah, model it based on some of those channels and some of the content that they're already using. It's also a free creative outlet to express your ideas and to get your voice out there and to be heard, which is really nice. And it's also free to start.
Now, some cons of the social media income stream. There's the YouTube monetization process, which can either take you a short time or a long time, depending on how much time you're willing to put into it. There's a long-term commitment, time-consuming to make those videos and editing process, as we know. The privacy concerns. There's also a lot of competition out there that we're finding.
Yeah, that's true.
And the idea that many channels are going to fail.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately, that's just kind of the reality of the situation. So you may have heard about getting paid to take online surveys or playing video games and thinking it was some kind of joke. Okay, and we thought so too, but the other day I was talking to my brother, and he's actually a doctor right now, and he told me that he got paid $250 to take a single survey. And this was one of many that he's taken throughout his career, and that just blew me away. So like I said, he is a doctor, and this survey was specific to his field, but he said that he consistently gets these requests to take surveys, and he just wonders, how can he say no to something like that?
check out sites like Swag which has a $10 sign-up bonus, SurveyMonkey, and Index Dollars, which offers a $5 sign-up bonus. We have the links below, so please check those out.
In addition to those types of surveys and websites, look for surveys that are specific to your field, niche, or industry, where you possess valuable knowledge, experience, or skill sets that's somewhat rare and that people would be willing to pay a little bit extra for. This is similar to the medical surveys that my brother uses and the one that I referenced where he made $250 for that survey. So these are done through sites like M3 Global Research, MD for Lives, and My Medical Panel, just to give you a few examples. I've also had people reach out to me on LinkedIn and ask me to do industry-specific surveys, and by that I mean surveys that are specific to my previous industry, and that was project management, sales management, things like that. So keep an eye out for those kind of requests on LinkedIn and just realize that they may actually be legitimate requests, so take a close look at that and evaluate whoever's asking you to do that.
With online surveys, the pros are that you have a schedule flexibility. You kind of just take it when you want to, when you have time. You can make extra money. Your voice is going to be heard. You can work from home. There's a small time demand on it, and it is usually free.
Not for the cons. Beware of potential scams out there. It is a relatively low pay, aside from the example that I gave you with my brother with the $250 survey. I think those are a little farther and few between. You also won't qualify for every single survey that's out there. Some of those are industry specific or geared towards people with specific credentials or experience levels. Also, it's a slow payment process that you may not get paid right away, and it could be some sort of delayed, 30-day payment period type of thing.
As long as you have a laptop internet, you can do Amazon FBA. The potential profits that you can earn are astronomical. It's something that you can do after work or in your spare time. And FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. This is where you can get a product made overseas and you ship it to Amazon's warehouse.
Then a customer purchases your product and Amazon ships it to the customer. This is easier than FBM, which stands for Fulfillment by Merchant, where you have to manually send out each product as it sells and ship it to the customers yourself. If you want to sell a product to Amazon and actually have prime shipping, then Amazon FBA is for you.
As you know, Amazon does a great job on shipping and customer support. What you need to do is find a product to sell that gets made overseas, ship it to Amazon's warehouse, create a professional listing with great photos and a product description. This is a great side hustle option to have along with your 9-to-5 job.
37% of Amazon sellers have a full-time job. 20% of sellers earn $1,000 to $5,000 per month with FBA. 70% of people prefer to shop on Amazon over Walmart as of 2021, and I doubt that that's changed. And now Amazon has over 200 million Prime subscribers. 147 million of those are based in the United States. We recommend using Jungle Scout to ensure the foundation of your business is solid.
With Amazon FBA, some pros are that you have a flexible schedule again. You can work from home. You only need a laptop and internet. There's a high profit potential if you get a product out there that is very successful with the buyers. You can utilize Amazon shipping and customer support. And like we said before, 20% of the sellers earn $1,000 to $5,000 per month, which is a nice added bonus to a 9-to-5 job.
That's not bad. Here's a few cons. So there's fees, there's sales tax you have to pay, there's a lot of prep requirements and time you'll have to account for, there's back-end administrative tasks, and there's also a lot of time spent doing product research.
The next side hustle we're going to talk about is the most obvious, but tested and proven side of all side hustles. It's looking for part-time work. When you look for part-time work, consider helping out a local business, do some work for someone else, or work outside normal business hours. See what options are available in your local areas by visiting sites like Craigslist, LinkedIn, Monster.com, Indeed.com, or any other job posting sites.
You can also ask around your network to see who's hiring. There's also a labor shortage right now, and a lot of companies are looking for additional customer service reps that work from home, data entry positions, or other work from home type jobs. If you're looking to make some extra cash, this is one of the simplest and guaranteed ways to do it.
So now take a look at some of these pros of part-time work. It's a well-established process. It's a traditional route. It's guaranteed reliable income. There's that labor shortage that Jared was talking about. There's numerous job listing websites out there, and there's a lot of work from home options now.
As for the cons, there's less flexibility on this one. It's going to be more like a 9-to-5 type job and schedule. You actually have to work for a boss. You're also going back to trading time for money. There's limited growth potential most likely, and fewer advancement opportunities, and typically no benefits with part-time work.
Another side hustle option is ride sharing or delivery service. These types of services include Uber, Uber Eats, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, and so many more now. Jared's brother actually drove for Uber during medical school for some extra cash and had a great experience. Most drivers make between $5 and $26 an hour and are periodically offered $1,000 or more sign-up bonuses to join Uber or Lyft.
So let's talk about the minimum requirements to be able to do this. First, you have to meet the minimum age to drive in your city. You have to have 1 year of license experience in the US or 3 years if you're under the age of 23. You have to have a valid US driver's license, and you have to have an eligible 4-door vehicle. Now, as far as steps to become an Uber driver, you have to fill out the driver application and upload requested documents. You have to give your consent to background screening and wait for a response, which can take up to 10 days. If your application is accepted, you can enable driver mode in the Uber app and start accepting ride requests immediately.
So you might be asking, what kind of car do I need? You need a 15-year-old car or newer. Like Jared said, it needs to be a 4-door vehicle that seats 4 or more passengers. There's no salvaged or rebuilt title on the car. It's in good condition. And there's also the vehicle inspection, which happens 1 time a year or after 50,000 miles.
So let's talk about the pros here. There's an instant payment option. There's a flexible schedule, and you can also drive 24/7, so anytime, any day, which could work for people that have different kind of schedules. You can also rent a car, so if you don't own it, you can rent the car and then use that to drive people around. You can also earn more during peak hours. You can also drive just about anywhere in the world. And in addition, there's sign-up bonuses.
For ride sharing, there are some cons. You are responsible for all costs of service for your car. There's no guarantee to find a passenger. There's also commercial rideshare insurance that's required, and the new vehicle costs are pretty high right now. And also used cars are high too.
With this next one, you can earn $1,000 a month, and you just have to have one thing, a car. Well, actually, you don't even have to have a car, because we're going to show you a trick that you can get around that and get a free car out of this side hustle. So with a handful of different services, you can make money renting out your car.
This is just like renting out a room or your home on Airbnb. You can do the same with your car. You can rent out your car through services like Hire Car, Turo, Get Around, Travel Car, and Avail.
Getting started on this one is simple. You have to clean out your car, upload some photos, describe it really well, and they typically have your car listed within an hour. Once you have your profile set up, you let people pay you cash to use your vehicle. The entire process is automated, which is pretty cool, so you don't even have to meet the person if you don't want to.
Some of these services even offer sign-up bonuses up to $100, like Hire Car and Avail. Turo even has a calculator that lets you figure out how much you can make by renting out the exact vehicle that you have.
So how much can you make is probably the question you guys are asking, and the question that we were asking. The cool thing is that you can scale your income as much as you want to. So if you had one car that you're renting out, you could make $10,000 per year. And if you had 9 cars, you could make over $94,000 per year. Okay, so the next thing you're probably asking is, how can I get that free car that we were talking about in the beginning? So here's how you do it. According to Turo's own calculator that we just looked at, a Jeep Wrangler is the highest earning vehicle. Turo calculated that if you rent that vehicle for only 5 days a month, you can cover your monthly payment. Anything beyond that is just gravy, just profit. So if you buy or lease a Jeep Wrangler, rent it out on Turo for 5 days, and boom, you've got a free car.
So what about insurance? The level of protection you select for your vehicle affects the percentages you'll receive as a payout for renting your car. In Turo's case, if you decline their protection plan, you must provide commercial insurance verified by Turo before listing your vehicle on their site.
Okay, some of the pros are the flexible schedule with this one. You can just rent out your car whenever it's convenient for your schedule. You get a free Jeep Wrangler if you followed that trick that we walked through. There's also the potential to make $1,000 per month for one car, and it's a scalable platform, so if you wanted to increase that, you can definitely rent out more cars and earn additional income per month. Also, the automated process that you don't have to see people in person, and it's kind of a work from home setup, that's also nice.
So with renting your car, there are some cons. The commercial insurance may be required. There is the potential that damage could occur to your vehicle.
Yeah.
There's potential issues with renters, and there's a vehicle cost and maintenance associated with that.
Okay, so if renting out your car sounds a little scary, there's also something else that you can rent out.
What is it?
I know. So that sounds worse than it actually is, but yes, we are actually talking about renting out yourself. We know what you're thinking, and we thought the same thing, but then as we started looking into this, we saw that it makes more and more sense when you start looking at the details. So for up to $50 an hour plus free food, free activities, things like going out to the movies, stuff like that, it started sounding pretty interesting to us.
There have been many studies done on millennials, and this particular study shows that Americans are lonelier than ever. Gen Z is the loneliest generation ever. In fact, the younger you are, the lonelier you are based on this study. With so many things being done online, the downside is that it is more difficult to form relationships in real life with real people.
So all of this paves the way for a company and a service like Rent-A-Friend to exist. Now keep in mind, this site is strictly for friendship, nothing more. Most people on the site are just looking for somebody to hang out with, to go to explore a new city, go to an event, check out a new restaurant, or maybe go to a movie. The kicker is that they will pay for all of it.
On Rent-A-Friend, all you have to do is post a listing, including your hobbies, location, and availability. Then wait for someone to contact you. There are no set schedules, minimum amounts of times. It's actually just based on your availability and how much time you want to invest in it. The amount you make depends on many different factors like location, types of activities, and many other things.
But believe it or not, people are making over $96,000 a year doing this. This doesn't even factor in things like free lunch, cost of activities, and other stuff that people get when they're out being friends with people. One major risk though of using Rent-A-Friend is that from what we've seen, Rent-A-Friend does not do background searches or background checks on people, so be really careful and set up some contingency plans when you go out and make sure that people are looking after you, keeping an eye on you, stuff like that. So just definitely proceed with caution and be safe if you decide to do something like this.
With Rent-A-Friend, the pros are there's a high income potential. There's free food, events, movies. There's personal fulfillment. You kind of get a friend, they get a friend. There's a flexible schedule. It all depends on you and the other person, and it can be full-time or part-time.
So some of the cons are that this is not a work from home, remote work type situation. Obviously, it's definitely in person. There are safety risks like we talk about, which seems like a pretty big gap for Rent-A-Friend, although maybe they've addressed that since we did the initial research. With the no background checks, maybe they've implemented something like that, or maybe they will in the future, or maybe that's something that you could do yourself if you do this. There's also not a guarantee that you'll get a request. I mean, you could set up your profile and then not actually get anyone to request you to be their friend or to go do something with you. And it's certainly not a stable income.
The next side hustle is monetizing a skill set that you already have. What we mean by that is to start making money from any sort of teachable skill that you could turn into a profitable side business. For example, you might be great at playing an instrument, so look into giving lessons.
And if you're good at math, consider being a math tutor. If video editing is one of the things that you're good at, look into helping other people with their videos. In fact, most YouTubers, like ourselves, edit their own videos. Even big successful YouTube channels, they usually started off doing the video editing themselves, and most of them continue to do that and they don't even realize there's another option, so that might be an opportunity for you guys. And if you're artistic, consider creating NFTs, like the 12-year-old that we talked about in the beginning of the video that made $400,000 in 2 months selling NFTs.
Most likely, if you're really good at something and you have experience doing it, someone is willing to pay for your services to help them out. Another great aspect to doing this is that you can scale it up over time if you want to. So find a skill that can be monetized, determine what to charge people, and learn the best way to market your skill to the right audience as soon as possible. To help our channel grow, please do these 3 things right now. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel.
Also check out this video where we share a story about how we became millionaires at 35 and retired at 38. In addition, check out our personal finance playlist so that every penny you earn and save is invested wisely. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yay!